Thanks for tuning in to Let's Talk About It Media 21. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And please turn on the notification bell. That way, every time I upload a video, you'll be the first one to see it. Let's get into it. What we're going to talk about, we talk about celebrity news, celebrity gossip, what's going on IG and Google, fair use, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All comments are alleged, in our opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. And don't forget, the Cash App is Let's Talk About It Media. And thank you for your love and support.
So don't forget to like, to comment, but be kind. And also turn on the notification bell. So, of course, I've been following the Xscape and SWV show. I think they only got 6 episodes. So everyone knows over the beginning of the episodes, Kandi and Latocha have been going in. And then recently on the show, let me kind of give a breakdown from the show. You know, the ladies were talking about outfits. They were talking about SWV outfits, how they're still wearing outfits like the 90s or whatever. And then Tamika's basically like, oh, we brought it upscale. We want to be sexy. We don't want to look like we looked back in the day. But here they are on Jennifer Hudson's show, and they're basically talking about how they met, all younger. Tamika was hearing them sing as they were younger and saying, hey, you should really try this note, because Latocha was actually in a different group. And then Latocha joined them later on. And then, of course, they brought on Tiny later on. And they basically made Tiny do a bunch of stuff to try and get into the group. Singing, dancing, doing splits. And they were kind of laughing about, well, can y'all do splits? And I guess Tamika and Latocha can. So, here nor there. But many people are saying, what's going on with Tiny? I mean, the ladies are getting older. They're in the what? 35, 45, something like that maybe. But everybody keeps saying, is Tiny okay? Because, you know, and then that's the biggest thing too. Where's her whole family? Why isn't Tiny having her whole family on the show? I kind of thought that was interesting. And then it's funny how Tiny is filming in their old house. Tiny's not filming in her new house with Tip. So everybody's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. Why isn't the whole family in it? Because in the show, it shows Zanique and it showed the baby girl, Eris. And then people are kind of like, why is the Eris always on the counter? Why don't they just have a seat or a table somewhere where she could just have peace? Why is she always on the counter? Because I guess she walked in and she was like, Eris, what are you doing on my counter? And she was like, oh, I'm just playing, or something like that. And then they were saying Eris is putting stuff all in their carpet. But the girls were in the kitchen basically talking. And then Tiny looked extremely thin and cute in her little outfit. So then the ladies were talking, and then they're talking about the group. They're talking about the outfits. They're talking about who's going to sing, what they're going to sing. And it's funny how when they were talking about the playlist, it was almost like Kandi wanted to organize the playlist. And it's like the group should have gave them, this is the order that we want our playlist in. This is how we're going to do the show. It's almost like it escapes people that's trying to help with the outfits, helping with the playlist, helping with the setting, everything. So them kind of throwing shade, it's like, you know, when we do a show, we have, you know, it looks great. The background, the floor, everything is, you know, heightened. It looks great. We put a lot into all the shows that we do. So it's almost like everybody's saying Kandi is trying to control everything, allegedly, and Kandi's trying to control what's happening, what's being done, what's being said. Now, the ladies get together, and they're sitting there, and they're talking about the group, and they're talking about what's going to transpire on the show, and they basically gave them about 30 days. 30 days to put on a whole show, and the ladies kept going back and forth. And everybody thought that they were going to do the show. But then they were Kandi was basically like, well, we have more followers. People are like, more followers? What does that have to do with it? And then Coco was basically like, we've sold 20 to 30 million albums, da 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 da. And then the show was so shady that they showed exactly how many albums were sold. But maybe Coco knows something we don't know. Who knows? But there was kind of a lot of shade in there. Real talk, y'all. Real talk. Real talk. Shade. So the ladies are at the hookah place, and the ladies are talking about, oh, they're trying to shade us, saying they got more followers, they can, bring in a house, we sell more tickets. But the biggest thing is, some of me and my friends were talking, and even though Kandi has million of followers and so does Tiny, but the biggest thing is SWV don't have the issues that Candy's had, don't have the problems that Tiny has had. And they're in the media. Let's be very clear. You can have many followers, but SWV may not put their life out there on a weekly or monthly basis. Kandi continues to do different things. I say over the last 3 years, she's been extremely busy on that Nick Cannon show, singing, doing girls, doing, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So Kandi's into a lot of stuff, but that's the biggest thing. They were trying to shade them and saying, we even have more followers. What does that have to do with anything? SWV, per the record, looks like they sold more. So that's the great thing. So they're even in the car, and Kandi and Tiny are talking about the outfits in regards to what they want to wear. It's almost like I said, the same. They're trying to direct what everybody's wearing. So they even go to Xscape's designer that they used in 2017, 18, something like that. And it's kind of skim type, little undies, little tops. But of course he do, bodysuits as well. So it's nice that they found somebody local, Black owned. They're going to give him the business. And it's funny how it don't seem like they gave him a lot of time even to make the outfits. But if you watch, them do their show, it's interesting how we see what's going on in regards to Latocha and Tamika. So then there's another scene where the ladies are talking about, there's like a side guy wanting to do side deals. Hey, shoot me 20K and then shoot me another 10, but I need all the women are involved. And then that's also interesting. So not only are they trying to say allegedly 30K was stolen, now they're trying to say that there's a side deal that one of the husbands is making. So then they sat, Latocha down for that too. Everybody's kind of saying, like, it's almost like they didn't really want Latocha to be a part of the group anymore. And this was a way to kind of get her out. That's what some are saying. They really didn't want her to be a part of the group. They got the sister a part of it. But this is the biggest thing. Like everybody keeps saying, why are they talking about the 30K now? Why didn't they take care of the 30K then? And get the money and take care of the money. And then you see the sister sitting down talking, and, the girls get together. So the Latocha's in the booth singing. And her sister basically called her earlier saying, let's meet up. And she's like, let's meet at the studio. So this might be a combination of last week and this week. So she gets there. Tamika gets there. And Latocha's husband says hello. And you can tell she didn't say nothing. And they're basically like, look, it's been almost 3 months. We haven't spoke. We haven't talked. We got to do better. We got to come together. And she's like, I agree. So it's just been a lot. It's been a lot. I feel like they wanted to, just like Portia did with Dennis, they wanted to go after one person and put all their business out. You notice that? Or is it just me? They wanted to put Latocha's business out. Now, mind you, Latocha allegedly has a gospel album coming out. Now, who you think gonna support her with that gospel album when all this is being told about her? And basically all her business is being put out. Bravo's so messy. So what wishes to the Scott sisters, because their whole situation has been a mess. Now, mind you, not Tiny's business has been put out, not one single thing about what they were going through over the last 3-4 years. All comments are alleged. Don't know if any of that's true, but that's something. And then Tiny, I mean, Kandi, it's not like her whole business is being put out there. The do's, the don'ts, the lies, any of that, what transpired at her restaurant, you know. And then she went on this big media tour trying to distract away from people talking about the restaurant. She sure did. She went on smaller YouTube channels. Her best interview was the House of Aaron. That was a good interview. I did watch that one. But well wishes. I do think it was a plan to put Latocha's business out there. I do. Her and Rocky's business out there. Now, will they get another season? I don't know. Should they get another season? I don't know. Is it interesting that how the Scott sisters business is put out there and not really Tiny's and not really Candy's? And SWV just want to make music. But well wishes. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Let me know how you feel about the show, how you feel about the ladies. So this is where I'm gonna go into this too. This is where Tiny and Kandi are talking, and I'm gonna briefly play a clip off and on.
The thing that I didn't feel like they ever showed in the conversation, it was what we said was when they kept saying, well, we sell more records than y'all. And we said, yeah, but we sell more tickets.
So that's the biggest thing. They're always trying to, and that's the one thing everybody keeps talking about, that Kandi loves to run to her show to clear up everything. So now you have Tamika Scott has a show, and Kandi has a show. So let's click in some more.
The reason being is because we can reach more people. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We reach more people. We have a wider audience because of our fan base.
So everybody's kind of like, Kandi don't really do too much without somebody being with her. She don't. Either is Kandi Don Juan or it's Kandi and Tiny, and SWB is actually calling them out.
Able to make a real living off their following, the followers. So it is important. Sadly, it is important because today's age is like ran by the internet and social media, and things are just so powerful.
So well wishes. Let me know in the comments how you feel about the show. Are you watching the show? Do you care about the show? Do you feel like the Scott sisters were brought on to shade them, bring out their business? Some are saying, will the Scott women ever show up and get a peach? So more information is talked about, or will they get another season?
He's talking about, I sold this many millions, I sold this many millions. But when the producers of the show went online, they showed the screenshots of what the album sales were at the time that they were filming this production, correct?
So then that's what they're talking about in regards to whether it was really 30 million or less.
What the actual album sales on record were at the time, they had 5 million.
5.4, I think.
And we were 4. Right. So they were 1 million more than us.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying,
Kandi's always trying to prove a point. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know how you feel about the show. Do you think that the women went after the Scott sisters in a shady way, trying to direct, trying to control the show, trying to control the playlist, trying to control what's said and done? And the first show gave them good ratings in regards to people watching what's going on online, but in regards to the ratings for the actual show, will they get another show? I don't know. But that's the biggest thing. Bravo love putting Kandi on as far as making money. You notice that? This is how many shows for Kandi. This show for Kandi, she's on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She had the show in regards to the restaurant, Kandi and the Gang. She had a ski whatever show, and I don't know if she's had anything else, but Bravo knows Kandi's gonna bring her money, and Bravo knows Kandi's gonna slightly bring the shade too. I also watched, and then I'm done. I heard a guy say something about Atlanta people. Atlanta people, there's some people that's good, business minded. Some are crooked. Some try to lead, control. You know, they want to win. They want to be the best, and they want to flaunt it. So I'm kind of seeing that in regards to the girls. So well wishes to SWV, Xscape. We get it. And then people keep saying, is Tiny okay? For real, for real. But thanks for tuning in. Thanks for supporting the channel. Like, comment, and subscribe.